Perpendicular lines. Perpendicular are lines that meet or cross to form a right angle or a 90-degree angle. Here we have an example of some perpendicular lines. We have a shape that's a square. It has perpendicular lines that meet. We're just going to try to highlight them. This line, which is vertical, is perpendicular to this horizontal line on the square. This line that is horizontal is perpendicular to this line. They form a right angle. We have some lines here. This looks like an upside down T or two L's put together, one forward and one backwards. They form perpendicular angles. Here's one and here's another. So there are two perpendicular parts here. This line is perpendicular to this, and this line is also perpendicular to this part of the line. Sometimes you are asked to identify. You could do that by using your circle template, the circle that we folded up. You can fold up a piece of paper. You could use the corner of a paper and stick that corner of the paper into the lines and to see if it matches exactly. That will tell you if lines are perpendicular or a right angle or 90 degrees. But another thing you can use is use tools like a straight edge or what we know as a ruler and a right angle template. That's what this is. This is a tool and it's a right angle template. If you take your straight edge and a right angle template and use them together, you can make perpendicular lines. So we're going to try it. You take your straight edge or your ruler and you draw a straight line using the edge of the ruler. You have to put your pencil up against your ruler to do it. Then you take your right angle template and you put that straight against your straight edge or your ruler. And then you draw a line against the straight edge, the right angle template. Now you're using the straight edge of both objects to help you draw those straight lines. When you move the right angle template away, you'll notice that you've made perpendicular lines that are perfect because you've used straight edge. Now sometimes it might happen that you might not have a right angle template. And if that's the case, you can still make perpendicular lines with two straight edges. So you and a partner can get together, or you can just have two rulers yourself to do it. So you start with one straight edge, and you use the side of it just like we did before to draw a straight line. And you take your other ruler and you want to turn it to where it's vertical, and you want to put that against your straight edge to where the straight side of the ruler is against your straight edge or your other ruler. And then you want to draw a perpendicular line against the straight edge. Again, you've made perpendicular lines. When you move away your straight edge, both of them, you can see that your lines form a 90-degree angle. Okay, so I just want to make clear one thing before we go. Perpendicular lines can also cross over each other. Doesn't matter if it crosses or we use the word intersect. And I'm going to type that word out for you so you can see it. Intersecting lines can be perpendicular lines as well. So these lines cross, but they also form 90-degree angles at all four sides. So one here, one here, one here, and one here. So you see I have a little rectangle there. And so that is what perpendicular lines are. It is lines that meet or cross at a right angle or a 90-degree angle.